Hi, my name is LeHeup. I'm the Executive Director of the Ontario Culinary Tourism Alliance. I've been with the Ontario Culinary Tourism Alliance for almost 5 years. My anniversary is coming up on October the 1st. Prior to actually coming on as the Executive Director, I was the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors for a year. So I actually have a long history with the organization, and I did actually contribute some of the information that is in the original Ontario Culinary Tourism Strategy that was published in 2005. So the Ontario Culinary Tourism Alliance, also known as OCTA, because everybody likes to make acronyms for everything out there, we are a not-for-profit, industry-led organization. We have sort of three main goals and objectives, and the first one is to support sustainable agriculture, aquaculture, and viticulture as the base ingredient of developing culinary tourism. The second is to work with both the agriculture, the tourism, and the hospitality sectors to identify the unique assets of a destination, bring those stakeholders together, help them develop partnerships, and more importantly, develop new products and experiences for the consumer to have in any given destination. And lastly, to create platforms to share and tell our stories with pride. So my story is a little bit interesting. My very first job that I had, per se, was actually my own business. So when I first moved back to Ontario in my early 20s, I saved up enough money in the hospitality industry, so I guess, well, we can call that a job, but in terms of my career, I actually opened up a gourmet Canadian food gift shop within the first fruit winery in Prince Edward County at the County Cider Company. And I did everything from help to restore an 1867 pig barn and build all my own furniture out of barn board to sourcing all of the great ingredients and products that I was going to showcase in the store. During my off season, so because it was a seasonally based business, I volunteered for an organization called Taste the County. And Taste the County was an organization that was formed by a group of entrepreneurs from the community, from agriculture and tourism, coming together to recognize that they needed to build partnerships in order to actually strengthen the local economy. I started off as a volunteer for that organization, and eventually I became so valued that when they had a full-time paid position, I actually sold my business and moved into that. So that was from 1999 to 2008. And then again, volunteering for OCTA actually then led to me actually getting a full-time career in the organization that has a provincial scope as opposed to just a destination scope. Absolutely, there's a positive field for culinary tourism development. When I started, even in my current position 5 years ago, there were only 5 destinations that were actively investing in culinary tourism development. We now are working with over 25 destinations, and in fact, we're consulting internationally. The reality is that giving a consumer a taste of place makes good economic development sense. And so the more destinations that are looking at how they can either build their local economies or rebuild their local economies, they're making the direct correlation between local food and tourism and travel. And so I think that this is an area that will continue to grow. Are there many organizations like ours out there at this time? Not as many as you might expect, but there's a lot of organizations both in the agricultural industry, agricultural marketing, and destination marketing that have that provide an umbrella for this type of work to happen within their organizations. My suggestions would be to get involved in your local community, volunteer. I actually am a huge believer in the power of volunteerism, not only as a way to gain experience, but more importantly to build your network. And the more people that you get to meet and the more experiences you have to learn, the more opportunities you have to grow as an individual, and you'll meet people who, you know, the next time they have a job opening or they have an interesting opportunity, they can say, oh, remember that girl, Rebecca? We know that she can do A, B, and C, and she'd be great. Let's give her a call. 2 roads in the woods diverged, and I took the one less traveled by Robert Frost, because I actually do always take the road less traveled. And in fact, it makes traveling a heck of a lot of fun, and ask anybody who travels with me because they'll agree.